My name is Evelyn. I'm going to guide us through 15-minute meditation. So take a second to get comfortable in your seat. You don't really have to sit any specific way, whether you're here or watching the recording, but do sit in a way that's comfortable, in a way that kind of just supports your physical stillness. And with that in mind, I do encourage you to have kind of a fidget and a wiggle to get settled, because I don't know about you, I personally very rarely sit down or lay down and feel like, oh, I am immediately comfortable. So it's okay. And it's okay as we continue. So there's also that sometimes misunderstanding where people feel like, oh, this is meditation, it has to go a certain way or feel a certain way. Just trying to be in the present moment is really the main goal, not trying to receive something or feel specifically different than you do, right? So with that in mind, as you've had a chance to fidget and wiggle, do place your feet, if you're seated, body width and heels underneath the knees. So we're encouraging good circulation and not necessarily tucked back in the knee joint. Now place your hands in your lap, turn your palms to the ceiling. Give just a little bit of a long spine effort. So sometimes that involves lifting the chest or the sternum up and relaxing the shoulder blades. Now, close your eyes, if you're comfortable with that, and pull a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out of your mouth. Again, pull a big breath in through your nose. Sigh it out of your mouth. And then breathe steady from there, where your breath feels like its most natural pattern. Where you are not forcing it to be longer or shorter. As you begin to notice your breath, I also encourage you to begin to notice your body and how you feel in your joints and in your muscles. So often we are accidentally gripped or engaged in a certain muscle group or in the joints. Maybe we didn't even realize it or mean to have that specific effort. You notice that gives you the power, the ability to then let it go, let it soften. Some areas that we accidentally hold effort in are the top of the shoulders, those relax. The muscles of the face between the eyebrows and around the jaw, let those relax. But also in the hips, where the femur meets the pelvis. And the lower back meets the pelvis. And let all of those muscular or joint engagements soften, let them go if you can, as you continue to notice your breath. Noticing your breath keeps it from being choppy and uneven, but it also helps you remain mentally just in this present moment. You to then notice the more specific cycle of your breath, watching your inhale as it arrives in through your nose, travels briefly up, but then down into the lungs. Maybe big enough to expand the diaphragm in a way that expands your belly. And then your exhale starts deep within the lungs and travels up and out. to be noticed, but without strain, without it feeling like a forced effort, but more smooth, as if maybe that pause was already there at the end of your exhale. As a space and a place to let go of more physical tension, almost like at each pause you are melting a little bit more into your space. Still allowing your breath to occur naturally, so you're not forcing the depth or length of each inhale and exhale. Simply adding a pause at the end of the exhale, adding a place to soften and let go. Those gripped efforts you didn't need to bring along. Breathing naturally. And as you begin to, or continue to rather, notice your natural pace of breath. Inhale, traveling in and down. Exhale, traveling up and out. You're involved in this present moment, but we know that naturally there are going to be extraneous variables. Naturally there are going to be mind chatters, things that try to pull you mentally away from the present moment. Your job of meditation is not to make those things disappear. Is not to all of a sudden get rid of the world outside your meditation space. But to remain present and still, focused on your breath, knowing those things. So with that in mind, anytime you have an extraneous variable or a mind chatter that tries to pull you mentally away from this present space, imagine it's a butterfly that flew into your personal space. You don't have to shoo the butterfly away. You do not need to own the butterfly or name it. Let it flutter. Let it be in your space. This gives you that mental acknowledgement that it's there, while recognizing you are still capable, noticing each individual inhale, each individual exhale. Even though you may have a butterfly or many butterflies in your personal space. Like the efforts of the body, the muscles and the joints, some of
you'd like. If it's helpful, you can keep it around. But I'd like you to draw that attention again to the cycle, the natural cycle of your breath, watching the inhale arrive in through the nose and travel down into the lungs. Watching the exhale start deep within the lungs and travel up and out. As you pull your inhale through your nose, pause for just 1 second or 2 seconds before you get to your exhale. Just long enough to be noticed. Still allowing your inhale to arrive at any pace that feels natural, any depth that feels natural. Same with your exhale. At the end of your inhale, in that space where you've held your breath for just a moment. Again, use that as a space to soften and let go of more physical efforts, almost as if you are melting into your chair with each breath, with each cycle, each pause. Let go of that forced pause. Let your breath, as usual, roll in and out at any pace or depth that arrives naturally. Notice if there are any pauses that naturally occur in your breath for just a moment. And then pull a big breath in through your nose. Fill up as full as you can. And sigh it out of your mouth longer than your inhale. Do that again. Pull your breath deeply in. Sigh it out longer than your inhale. Keeping your eyes closed for just a moment, wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe even rotate at your wrists and ankles. And blink your eyes open. Thank you guys so much for choosing to participate today. It is always my genuine pleasure to be a part of anybody's yoga or meditation practice. So I hope this is helpful. Have a good rest of your day.